This is our life.
For decades, life for Kelly Kimbrough and her family has been owning and raising cattle on this massive ranch. Thousands of acres in the Douglas area.
If you can call building fence a hobby or fixing a water trough a hobby, well, that's our hobbies.
Fences that keep in the cows are not the only ones you'll see. This is a border fence. That is Mexico. Kimbrough owns all of this land and allowed our government to build the fence years ago. If the Trump administration builds the 15-foot-high border wall, it would go right here.
You know, it's going to be a really tough fight.
Kimbrough wants no part of it.
Because a border wall is not going to increase border security. You can build a structure, and I guarantee you people are going to come under it or over it.
Kimbrough tells me, no doubt, she wants our country to have strict immigration policy, but she's more scared of our government than any migrant or drug mule, for one reason.
Eminent domain is a phrase that should not be used against United States citizens.
Eminent domain comes from the Fifth Amendment of the Constitution, allowing the government to take somebody's private property if the government gives that person just compensation. Kimbrough says there's no price tag for her land or way of life.
You can't just do this in the United States of America. It's not right to take the land from people who have worked on it for 6 generations. It's un-American.
It would, of course, be majorly controversial if the government were to try to buy or take the land so that they could build their border wall. But I looked into it and found that the government admits they don't know exactly how it would do it or how much it would cost. I dug and found this document that's attracted virtually no attention. Earlier this year, the Department of Homeland Security issued this written response to a senator's question about eminent domain, admitting while it hopes to buy the land from owners, quote, there are situations where that may not be possible, end quote. The department also wrote it has no idea just how much buying the land or dealing with lawsuits from landowners would cost taxpayers. And what could happen to Kimbrough is already happening to people along the border in Texas. I found this letter sent by the government earlier this year to a border landowner asking to sell the land. This is a hidden story.
Right. And when it comes out, it'll be too late. It's under the radar, and that's not right. And there's no rancher or farmer that can afford to fight the federal government and try to keep their land. And in the end, everybody loses.